Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Using Automize. Today, we're going to do a simple scrape of Zillow. So, today, we're going to do Kansas City, and then we'll click on the first result here, Missouri. It'll take us to the home viewer. We want to remove the boundary to see all the homes here. We're going to select just houses from this drop down, leave it as high to low, and then I want to return just the price and the address from just the first page is fine. I think that'll be a good demonstration. So to start, we'll go back to Zillow. This is my setup I have here. I'm using Puppeteer for this video. I'm using Real Browser as I'm guessing Zillow, they don't want you scraping their website, but this is just for a demonstration, and I'm not like selling the data or anything, so that's why I'm using this kind of stealth plugin, and I just have it going to Zillow.com as our basic code. So with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to hit F12. We're going to open up Automize here. I'm going to make sure we're on Puppeteer. Good. And we'll just get started. I am also, if your automize doesn't look like this, make sure that you are not using quick select mode for this demo. You can, but I'm just not going to because I'll talk about the selectors a little bit as we go. So we're going to start by entering text into this input, and we'll double click on that to get it to load. That looks good. So we're going to interact, and we are going to enter text into there. Okay, we can copy that and put that straight into our script. And we want to wait for this, so I'm going to add an await right here. This is going to say Kansas City. And I want to add some options. So we're going to say delay. I'll wait 100 milliseconds between keystrokes, just so it's more realistic. So when they're done typing it in, this drop down comes up. To find that in Automize, I am going to refresh, and we'll just click on it just like this here. If yours doesn't look like this, if it keeps disappearing, you have to do emulation, emulate a focused page. So make sure you do that. I opened this menu with Control Shift P. Otherwise, this menu will disappear when you try to open up the DevTools. So this is the one that we want. Now, there is kind of a funny problem because when I click off the page, let's do this in the regular elements panel, and I'll do the same thing. So we'll click on this regular elements. When I click off the page, see it like kind of disappears, right? That entire thing is gone. So I just want to make sure that we're picking a selector that only exists while this is open. So let's double click on that. What does Automize think? ARIA selected is equal to false. Let's also include the search bar container in there and the selection. It looks like we're not getting any errors, so should be good to go. And we'll add the first item there. Yeah, so this one we want to click on, so we're going to interact click. I'm going to copy that and put it in the script. Same thing, we want to wait to click on this. Now, let's run this script and see what we're working with here. So it's going to open up the window. It's going to type in Kansas City, nice and slow. Oh, and okay, it looks like it did not wait long enough for that. We can also get rid of this Missouri because I just want to click on the first one. So why don't we do an wait page that wait. Wait for, oops, this selector to be visible, right? So visible true. Okay, so now let's just see if that works. Okay, so it's gonna come here. We're gonna type in just regular Kansas City, and it looks like, okay, so I added a 1 second delay here, just so that the page has time to animate in that drop down. So now when we go here, we should see it's gonna wait 1 second and then click the first result, taking us here. Okay, so that is working good. So we're gonna close that and we'll continue on here. So I'll just click Kansas City here. And we'll give it the old refresh. Okay, now we want to click this remove boundary button. So we're going to come here, and this looks good to me. So let's double click on this. Data test is equal to remove boundary. Perfect. We're going to click on that, add that to our script. Let's also do, we are also going to need to wait for the page to load. So we can do that by coming here, doing a race condition on this click event. So I am just going to put this right here, and we're going to wait for the page to finish loading. Then we'll push this remove boundary button. Okay, that should take care of that one. And let me close this, clear this out. And then we're going to want to do home type, right? So we click the home type drop down. Oops, try that again. Home type drop down, excuse me. And I'm not sure if I like this. The third drop down says dialogue. Home type. There we go. That looks good. ID is equal to home type. And why don't we do button? That makes more sense. A home type button. That makes sense to me. So we're going to click on this, copy that guy, put it in here. Okay, save that. Then we're going to want to, so that we click on that, right? And then we would push deselect all. And this, our case says select all, but this should be a deselect all. And I wonder if it's just the only H6. Filter drop down H6, that makes sense. So you're going to want to click on that. So that will be deselect all. So right here, this is deselect all. Okay, and we're going to want to wait for that to happen as well. Add a wait there. Next, let's see. So we're going to deselect all, and then we're just going to push housing, which would be this checkbox right here. And it looks like this looks good to me because this is the first instance. Whoops, is this active here? Input. Oh, actually, interesting. Oh, the first input here, the 0th input filter dropdown. Yep, this also makes, that looks good to me. So we're gonna grab that, put this in here, same thing. Gonna want to wait for that. Okay, and then we want to push the apply button. So we would be this guy, and hopefully this is easy. Yep, data test, perfect. It's already on click, great, copy that. And we'll just throw that in there with another 08. Okay. And that should take care of the filtering, right? Because this is already on. Oh, we want to sort by price high to low. Okay, so let us refresh here. Click on this button, right? Pop over. That seems good to me. We need to click on that. Wait for that to happen. Then, clear my screen. We're going to do high to low. So we're going to click on this guy right here. And value is priced. Let's make sure the other one doesn't say price. Well, let me just copy this. I'm going to close this. We'll make sure. Oh, price down, price descending, price ascending. Okay, great. And ours is going to say price descending. All right, we're going to wait for that. We push that button right there, high to low. Yep. And then, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to add some delays. But in a different video, I would say we should check the network events for these. So this is going to wait 1 second after clearing. Maybe we should do 2 seconds because that usually takes a while. And then we deselect all and we click on the apply button. So this is after applying. And then this would be wait 1 second after sorting. And this one can also be 2 seconds here. So, okay. Let's test out our little script that we got going on here. Click on this and let's run it. Let's see. So we're going to go here. Yep, Kansas City. Click the first one. Good. We're going to wait for the page to load, right? Okay. And I'm guessing the page is just about loaded. Sometimes this takes a bit. Just give it a second. We're waiting for network idle 2. So network idle 2 is 2 network requests within 1 second, I believe. So once it's basically stops waiting for network so much, then it knows it's good to go. Okay, and it looks like that didn't happen. Let me see why that's happening. Okay, I found this page.wait for network idle in the API. That seems like actually what we want instead. So when we rerun this, let's make sure that this works as intended. So we're going to type in Kansas City. Whoops. Okay. Interesting. So if that comes up, it's going to fail. For now, let's just ignore that. Come over here. Try it again. Okay. And it's going to fail. Let's see if we can get that to happen. Zillow. Okay. So city, right before they click on it, that comes up. Interesting. It's not showing. It only comes up sometimes. It's going to be a little bit tricky to debug. Let's see if it works. There it is. All right, I am back. I added the check for the choose a listing type. So if it exists, we're going to close it. Sometimes the page would navigate away, and this would throw an exception because the page moved on. So if that does, we're just going to ignore that. I also changed that waiting for page to load just to remove the boundary to show up. And then once that shows up, we can just click that. So now if we run this, it's going to open up our Zillow, right? We're going to type in Kansas City. Here's that pop-up came up, but it didn't really matter. We just closed it. Now it's waiting. Okay, yep. So you saw it. It popped up, disappeared. We pushed our deselect all. Okay, hit apply. And now we're just going to hit sort, hopefully. All right, I just watched the footage back. It does actually switch it for you. I just must have missed that. So that is good. We can just move on to the actual scraping part now. So I'm just going to get this guy up to date here. So let's go back to automize. All right, and this is a good opportunity to explain selectors here. So we want to select, let's clear this. Can I give myself a little more room here? Okay, great. I have 2 columns is what I wanted. So we want to get these listings, okay? So it's going to be tough to see, but more or less, the listing is considered this article. So there's this one, or I guess it's this list. Okay, so in this list, there's articles. In the articles, there are things that we care about. So it looks like the A tag in here is the address. And where is the price, right? Price looks to be right here. So this is a div that has another div in it with a span, and it says property card, data test property card price. So Automize should just be able to do that for us. Let's see how it does this. Okay, so this is not great. Property card link 0. Actually, I think that is pretty good. I would like to see article 0 property card link, because to me that's saying this is the first listing, and then we get the property card link in there. But although actually I think Automize is right, because there are ads in here. I am running an ad blocker, so they're not showing up, but they are ads. So I think we're just going to do this, and we want to get value. We're going to get the inner text from that. And so I'll copy that. So this will be our first, this is going to be our first house. First house address is equal to this. Okay, and let's get the first house price. So let's clear this. Oops, we can actually just close out of that. And we want this guy right here. So when I double click, property card price, inner text. Yep, perfect. Okay, so this would be the price. So let first house price is equal to this. Okay, so we can just copy and paste this. So let's do console.log this value, and this value. All right, and now if we run our script, here we go. You've seen this a million times. Kansas City, boom, Missouri, ignore that question. Push close, pay attention to the sort, you'll see it work. Oh, careful, don't blink. Oh, it looks like we had an error here. Oh, we went a little too fast, it seems. So, all right, so I added a little bit extra delay here. And as you can see here, our script is in fact printing the address and the price. So now all we need to do is loop through the houses available, and we'll print them all off. So this right here, this array, this is our addresses. Okay, there's that. And then okay, our address, some address, okay, will be this one of I, and we're getting the inner text from there. And I believe since we know that prices also match, we could do let prices is equal to this. And am I missing a parentheses? I am. So in that case, some price is equal to our prices of our index. Okay, and then we can just log out some address and some price. All right, and that should be all. I'll add a done at the end of our little script here. Okay, and as you can see, to fix that, I just added some manual weights. That's a downside of Puppeteer. For this demo, I won't explain how to actually fix this. This is kind of just a hack. Yeah, so why don't we run this and see if it works. So we're typing in Kansas City. Yep, skipping that. Just seen this 100 times. Removing that boundary. Yep, sorting the home type, clicking on houses. Yep, pushing that apply button. Good. And now I need to sort price. Great. And now we should be printing them out. And it looks like that worked very well. Now, if you see it, it looks like it only printed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, this is out of screen. There's 9 of them on here. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's more than 9. That's because Zillow dynamically loads these in. So you could add a statement that scrolls this down while it increments, while it just prints them all out. And then you could add next page and so on and so forth. So I think this will conclude our episode today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or feature ideas or video ideas, please leave those in the comments, and I look forward to making more videos. Thanks.